Hi there, it's Robin. I decided, and Nina's next to me laughing at me, of course, decided that I was going to stream Stonehearth, because I've gotten into the habit of doing that, and was thinking I could actually talk over this one, just to confuse and annoy people. Stonehearth, if you don't know, is another kind of survival slash resource management game, which has nothing to do with the bag of chips that Nina's opening next to me. Let's all pause and listen. It's in Alpha 5 right now. You can probably see that from the thing. Full release, I think, is supposed to be early next year, sometime after a beta of some sort. Maybe later this year, but I think later on. So not everything's quite working, and I have managed to crash it more than once. But it's still really cute, and it's kind of fun to play. Originally I was thinking I could actually stream my first game ever. As you can see from the continue button, I totally didn't do that. But I will stream my first normal game, which means goblins and raiders, and I'm probably going to get all my townsfolk eaten. So that'll be fun. Let's see. What do we have here on this map? You know, nothing yet. Aha. Nope. Oh, that's better. I think I'm going to try right around here. I'm hoping this audio is actually at a reasonable level, because I've never actually used this microphone for anything useful before. Mostly for threatening people with. But, it seems to work reasonably well. I tested it out just a few minutes ago. Trying to decide if Nina's chewing quietly, or if it's just kind of the way it works out. So, this is what it looks like. It's kind of, you know, stylistically terrible graphics, sort of like Minecraft. Somewhere around here, I suspect, if I look hard enough, I can find some berries. And that is a good thing to have, because berries are very useful. Why is this jumping like this? I'm going to have to restart this just to make the thing not annoying. There's some more berries way over there, but let's just start here and call this close enough, because I can also get more food beyond those. So let's go right there. Juniper Haven. Sure, it's a great name for a town. So the first thing you do, you really want to stockpile something. So it's the place that you're going to put all of the crap that they pick up. Let's put that down, and yeah, I can accept everything. Let's tell them to harvest, apparently, that tree and all of those berries. And just for fun, we'll harvest some more trees over here as well. Now you'll notice there's already a couple of things in the stockpile. Then this is how you end up getting people professions. So this would let you promote someone to a carpenter. Before we do that, I'm going to look over my people quickly. Because you can look and see their stats. And some people are better at things than others. Oh, Lauren is, very strong. I think Lauren I'll save for later. I think what I will do is I will make Raven Founder my carpenter, because they seem to be good at everything. And let's make Thief a trapper. Trapping is occasionally good because you can get like furs and skins and food out of it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to create another zone, because you can designate a trapping zone. So I'm going to make a trapping zone over here. I'm going to make it fairly big. If this thing will work. Okay. Ooh, a caravan. That's exciting. You want to trade 2 baskets of berries for 2 farmer's hoes. That's actually a good deal. I mean, I'll need food, but I can grow food once I have farmers. Just gonna check something to make sure nothing stupid is running in the background. Something is really kind of screwing up how this works. Nothing seems to be using on all the computer or anything. I don't know why it's skipping around the way it is. Okay, so in theory that's trapping zone. Yeah, it is. Okay, so he's doing that. Now, where's my carpenter? Carpenter here really needs to make a workshop. Because a workshop is how they actually manage to make all this stuff. I'm going to take a couple of these people. Going to promote them to a farmer. Also going to promote this one to a farmer. Since I have farmers already available, I'll put together a couple of farm plots. And the way this game is set up, it has 4 crops available. So there's turnips, corn, pumpkins, and silkweed. Silkweed, I guess, is just so they don't have to have you farming worms in the game. It's a little bit weird, but it works. So yeah, I have a turnip and a corn plot, and I'll put together a silkweed plot as well. And, you know, just because I can, I'll put together a little pumpkin plot over here. I probably don't actually need all of these crops, but it doesn't hurt to have extra food. Okay. I have plenty of wood, so let's actually look in here. See what other things this guy can make for us. So, I mean, there's a couple of swords which let you turn people into soldiers. There's a spindle, which is something we're going to need. So I'll put that in the crafting order right now. But they also aren't going to be able to make it, because we don't have any thread, and it requires a fiber. But the fiber will come once we start finding silkweed. So what I am going to do, I'm going to go over here to a door. I'm going to say I want to maintain 1 door in my stockpile. And I want to maintain 1 window in my stockpile. So that when I start building buildings, I will always have those available to me. Because he'll just make sure there's one sitting around all the time. So, okay, let's close this out. Let's look around for silkweed very quickly. Oh good, there's actually some right here. This is wild silkweed. It's exactly the same as what you grow in a farm, though. Now, the next thing I'm going to look into is building a house. So, I think I'm going to build my first house right in this area here. Kind of near the fire pit. It doesn't have to be very big. So let's see. So use this, which makes a floor plan. I'll make my floor this color. And use this. Well, I'll use the check material. It's kind of cooler. Okay, so it doesn't need to be too big because this is going to be a single person's house. So what I'll do is make it, let's say, apparently it didn't properly hold the mouse. Okay, so let's make it that big. Now, the easy way, you can actually add freestanding walls, but the easy way to add walls is just to use the wall tool, which stands walls up on all sides of an existing floor. And then the roof, I'm going to make this kind of a cute thatched roof, because it's funny that way. Now, with this, you can actually set which sides the peaks and slopes are on. So you can make it like this, or you can make it perfectly flat, or you can actually make it sort of a normal roof. You can also change how high this, how fast the slope rises, and how tall it goes entirely. The rise slope doesn't seem to be changing anything, but you can change the max height of the roof to make it flatter or more angled. It's not plugged in. Excuse me for a second, I apologize. And apparently my computer is running out of battery power, which isn't awesome, especially since it's supposed to be plugged in right now. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Don't mind me and that weirdness for a moment. Probably had a very nice view of my phone. But anyway, so computer's plugged in and hopefully working better. But the last thing you get to do here is you get to add doors and windows. So I'm going to put a door on this side. Right there. I'm going to add a few windows just to make it, you know, very pretty. I'm sure Nina will approve of my pretty house, right? Mm-hmm. See? Nina approved, as all good houses should be. Okay. And, yeah, and then you just can say start building, and, yeah, now people will actually work on it. And you can make it visible or not by looking at the construction mode. But yeah, they're going to start putting this together. Now you'll see those little things around it, those little zones. That's actually where they put scaffolding to build the building, which is so adorable. Nope, my spindle is ready. Okay, so I'm actually going to look over these people quickly because I'm going to make it Ellen. Ellen is going to be my weaver. And if you look over here in my stockpile, I did end up with some bundles of silkweed and also some stone, which I'm not sure if there's a way to use stone right now. It may just kind of sit around. But there's a collection of food. There's some berries, there's some jerky from our raccoons, apparently, from our trapping friend. Some rabbits. Let me see if I can find an animal, because they're actually very cute. Oh, well, here's one that's occupying a trap. Poor thing. But, yeah, and there's our trapper asleep in the woods. But, there are little animals that wander around, if you can find them. But one thing you'll see over in the corner, which I've been totally ignoring because I'm a terrible person, is it actually has, oh, there is one of our furry friends who's about to hit a trap. Poor raccoon. I felt that bad about it. I probably shouldn't have sent a trapper out to get them, but I'm sure they're tastier than they look. But you have actually thoughts from the people down here. You know, so it's like, this person, she's just making random comments to her friends, but, you know, this one awakes groggily from sleeping on the cold, hard, unforgiving earth, which is pretty much him complaining because they have no beds. But, you can use that, and you can also look directly in here, so you can look at their morale and their attributes and their equipment, but you can see their thoughts in one of these views. You can actually see like their positive and negative thoughts and what's making them happy or upset at any given point. But yeah, I want to go back in here because I want to find my weaver. I want to build a workshop. I'm going to speed this up because there's a bunch of work for them to do. It's going to take them a while to finish some of it. You can see that they've actually planted 3 of the fields. They still haven't planted the pumpkin field. But they did hoe them all out and kind of dig them up. Okay, so in here, the weaver workbench actually looks a lot like the carpentry workbench. And one thing I'm going to do, you look, this takes fiber, and this takes thread. So I'm going to say maintain 3 thread in the stockpile, because that's enough to make a bolt of cloth. And I'm going to say maintain 2 cloth in the stockpile, because 2 cloth is what it takes to make things like the clothes. So if you maintain 2 cloth, then that's enough to make kind of anything that's out there. And she'll get working on that. And I'm also going to see, let's say maintain 2 of these in the stockpile as well, just in case. And you can have a queue, and the queue will actually go off the bottom there when it gets full, so you can see more things. I'm going to need to start worrying about actually potentially getting a couple of soldiers or something out of this, because at some point I'm going to end up with goblins. Let's harvest more berries. Oh, someone's bored, and apparently they were anxious for something to do. That or they just really prefer working on berries to working on the house. And once this house is done, I mean, you can kind of decorate inside it and everything. But, there's a lot more you can do with houses. You can make some sort of fascinatingly interesting layouts. But to really furnish this one, let's go back in here. We're going to get some furniture going. Luckily, we do have a weaver already, so there's no problem in creating comfy beds and comfy chairs. And I think maybe a table for one. Travelers approaching, huh? Oh, there's someone who wants to join our town. So we have a new person. See, and here he is. Stonehearth the Footman, which means he's going to be a little more useful when the goblins start trying to beat us up. You know, if the goblins start trying to beat us up. Haven't seen any yet. Oh look, it's another raccoon. Haven't seen anything except raccoons yet. I know there's rabbits floating around. And that might be a squirrel. There you go. See? It's adorable. Oh, got an error from something. Well, don't care that much. Let's just close it out. If this crashes, I apologize, but on that note, let me actually save this quickly. Just in case. It is an alpha. It crashes with fairly monotonous regularity when you aren't careful. But, oh yeah, right now this house, the reason you can see into it like this is because I'm playing with the view modes. This is what the house actually looks like. It's mostly complete. But, they have what they call, I think this is RPG mode, they call it, where just all of the intruding walls are removed. And then there's flat mode, or invisible mode, or something, where you, just the walls disappear, and it shows you the bottom row so you can see where they are. Okay, I kind of need to be able to see in the house. And you can place items a couple of ways. So you can place them this way. I think I will, just to show you that you can. You can click on the item and then say, hey, place it. Another thing you can do is you can go over to build mode and you can say place items, and it'll show you everything that's available to be placed. And because I want this house to be very pretty, I'm going to put some flowers right outside the door. And then inside, I'm going to place the comfy chair and the table. And who is this that just claimed this house? This is Helen Woolden the Worker. So apparently Helen thinks this is her house now. And we only have one house, and that's fine. But what I will do is I'll go over here, and all these other people have nowhere to sit, nowhere to eat. So I'm going to actually make like a little kind of park that they can all sit in. And to do that, I'm going to find some flowers. Let's see. Ooh, there's some. There's some. There's some. There's some. There's some. Now, there's also flowers on top of the cliff. And to get up there, we're going to have to put a little more effort in. So what you can do over here, you can actually put ladders on walls. I'm going to put a ladder that runs right up to the top of the cliff. And this is going to end up being a two-stage ladder if I put a second one in, because there's a little ledge there. Goes up. So this house is actually completely done. You can see here the silkweed appears to be actually ready to be picked, which means our farmers should get their act together because they got lots of work to do. But they're picking turnips, which I can understand. I'm very curious what that fox is doing. It's a pet fox. Apparently, one of my townsfolk has a pet. I didn't know that pets were implemented yet. I know that actually one of the Kickstarter rewards is various unique pets that you can start the game with for your town, but I didn't think they existed yet. And of course, the fox is gambling merrily around the stockpile where other fox pelts are, which is, you know, a little sad for Foxy. So let's see. Let's see if he's made me any of my benches yet. Oh yes, all of them are ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these benches right around the fire pit, so that when people are not asleep or picking silkweed, they can... Oh, this is adorable, the way they light the fire. They actually carry a log over it and spark it to life. You have to spend wood for the fire to be active for the night. But this way, when they get food... Oh, that's not quite right. Okay, I'm gonna have to move these. Because apparently they end up stacking. I mean, it's kind of funny, but not really very nice. I'm actually wondering if those are bugged enough because they're now in midair that I'm not going to be able to recover them, which is sort of hilarious. I may have totally lost those benches by placing them too close to another bench. I have to report that particular bug, but it's really very amusing. Still, I will move this one over a spot. I will move this one over a spot. Oh, that's pretty funny. Well, apparently Juniperville has magical floating benches. Good to know. Now, I'm not quite finished decorating, though. I do actually want to put some more flowers outside my house. Another thing that I'm going to actually want some lights around here. So, there's two different types of lanterns. Let's say that I want 8 wall-mounted lanterns and 8 garden lanterns. I'm going to make myself another stockpile, because I'm also going to need more space at some point. That's fine. I'm going to find some woods to cut down, because I'm really going to need more wood eventually. There we go. A handful of trees. Also, accidentally, some silkweed. But that's fine. Berries. Oh, what's this? Apparently we had another traveler that I didn't notice. I don't know where she came from, but, you know, it happens. She can harvest some flowers since she's way over there. Oh, there we go. There's the rabbit I was looking for before. But anyway, so let's go back over here. I'm going to build another house. Now, I mean, the floor plans here, you can kind of set them up weirdly. They don't have to be regular shapes, which is nice. So you can make sort of more unusual ones. So let's say that I'm going to make this almost like a bunkhouse. So I'll make kind of a larger room here. And then I'll make another room over here. And then just another smaller room there. Okay, and then I'll throw walls on the whole thing. I'm going to use these walls this time. And I'm going to use a wooden roof. I'm curious now. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, I didn't like that. I think the roof was too complicated for it. I'm gonna make the roof lower. I'm gonna actually go back to this way. And I'm gonna make the roof even lower. I will make it like that. And doodads. So, definitely need a door, maybe 2 doors. Let's say 2 doors. It's windows. We want people to be able to see in this house. Ah, tree. Okay, that's plenty of windows. In fact, probably more than I need. Yep, let's start building that. And close this out. Oops. You can still see the design now. And they're going to work on that. I don't even know if they have enough materials. They have some materials, sure. Okay. Oh, this is the journal view, so you can see all of the nice things they say. So apparently, Sen Rail really likes squirrel jerky, while Lorne Stroden prefers fox jerky. Kind of random. But you can see the gripes over here as well. So 24 hours without food. I wonder why he isn't eating. There actually should be plenty of food. I'll check the stockpile in a second. And then everyone except one person is sleeping on the ground, which is probably making them unhappy. I can totally understand that. Ooh, didn't like that. Okay, so over here, there's plenty of food. There's turnips and berries and pumpkins and jerky. There's a lot of food over there, and I don't know why they're complaining. Alright, so that's strange. But anyway, and let's see what all these people are doing. Why are there 2 idle people when there's a house to be built? I don't think I actually appreciate that at all. Yeah, we do have to make people more beds, because right now most of them are sleeping on the floor. How many people do we actually have in this town? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 1 bed, which is one of the worst things about this town right now. So let's make 8 more. Ooh, look, 8 beds. I'll also make some fence at some point. Picket fence gate. And you can make cute little, maybe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Say 9 plus. Oops. That didn't work very well. Let's make some gates and fences and see if we can make a little yard for one of these houses. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another stockpile, and I'm actually going to kind of change how the stockpiles are set up. So I'm going to make this one only usable for construction materials and weapons and armor. And I'm going to make this one only usable for food. That way you can kind of put things in their proper places. And this one can be used for, sort of, actually, we can turn off construction and food in this one so that they all get moved. Yeah, they're almost done building the first layer of wall over here. It's going to take them a while to build this house, especially since there's only 2 people working on it. I don't know why there's only 2 people working on it, considering there's more idle people floating around. It's very strange. You need to worry that those windows are too low in that building. It's going to look funny when it's done. I think they should be a square higher. That's okay. They can be ankle windows, so everyone's ankles need to look outside. Ooh, a caravan. Yeah, I can do that. I wanted some fences anyway. So they're going to leave me some fences over here by my town banner. Now, the devs have said they're actually going to implement caravans that, like, walk onto the thing and visit you. Sort of more like Dwarf Fortress. But right now, they just kind of appear right by your banner. And there's plenty of other bugs, so there's plenty of ways to screw up your game. Ooh, more flowers. Like I said, right now I have not seen any use for stone. I don't know why stone exists. It's really kind of odd. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wooden wall-mounted lantern outside this house. It's sort of fascinating how they kind of build and then destroy the ladders to be able to get everywhere. The AI work on that was pretty good. I'm impressed by it. Once they actually finish framing in these things, they can start putting doors and windows in. I don't know. They might have to take the scaffolding down first, I guess. That pet fox is going to get stepped on by someone, I think. See, I should have a bunch of fences. Uh-oh, where's a goblin taking my stuff? I don't see a goblin. I don't see any movement at all outside my town. This goblin may be a myth. So in theory, I just encountered a goblin thief. I mean, I saw the message for it. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they aren't there yet. Well, I do have 2 guards. Kinda suspect my guards would be able to take care of the goblins. Though... Oh, none of my people got wounded. Oh, there we go. We took care of the goblins, and they did not come and steal my stuff. Which is probably for the best. Right. Apparently these fences... that's awesome. They put that fence on the roof, because that's the obvious place for it. I need one more little piece of fence. Well, there we go. And the carpenter has actually finally gotten around to making the fence that was on his queue, after I've already almost entirely made the fence I was working on. That fence is in a really terrible place, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, let's actually start by making a ladder up to the roof. I guess from the back of the house, because otherwise they can't get up to the appropriate level. Really. There we go. Someone's grabbing that fence now. And then let's remove this ladder, since we don't want it anymore. See, now we have a cute little fenced-in yard. I don't actually know if the person can still get in. I tend to assume so. But you never know. Let's look inside this house. Because this house is also currently quite dark. I should have some more wall-mounted lanterns around here somewhere. So let's give them one. Let's say over here by the bed. Okay. Let's actually put a couple of garden lanterns. Let's say there and there. Actually, I'm going to move that one as soon as I've done it. It may not be willing to do that because they're not on the ground. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, they're busily working on the roof of that house. Yeah, and all of those windows are too low. That's okay. I am not very experienced at this game, and I'm willing to take the sacrifice. I'm going to extend this stockpile. Just because I'm running out of room for my food. Sure. I think it's a terrible trade, but why not? Okay, 7 wooden doors it is. It's a little bit ridiculous. But why not? My carpenter has nothing better to do. Well, someone finally got around to going up there and harvesting the flowers. And lots of food over here. Certainly no shortage thereof. The trader will be back. This house is almost done. Need to finish up with the roof a little, and then remove all the scaffolding, which they're doing now. And after that's done, well, I can actually already start putting beds in there. Let us I'm gonna have him make one extra door. Just to make sure I have enough. So let's go back over here. And let's start placing some of these beds, because the whole point of this was to make sort of like a bunkhouse. I'm gonna put a bed here. And the bed there. The bed there. The bed there. I'm actually going to put another bed right over here. That's not good. I apparently should have been paying more attention. It's a very strange noise. Not at all sure what that noise was. I'm beginning to think that I really need to... Oh, she's healing. That's what that noise is. That's very strange. Let's make 2 of these. Let's actually make 4 of these, because I'm going to get a couple more soldiers. And then let's make... I don't care about the worker speed. I'm going to give people just a little bit more protection, as a matter of fact. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to make myself 2 swords. Now, since this is done, I'm going to do one more thing over here. Because I have a plan for this building. Specifically, that plan is to make a sort of penthouse apartment. Which is something I'm shamelessly stealing from a developer YouTube video from the other day. I'm not even sorry for it. Let's see, I need to leave a couple of squares, so let's do that. Yeah, that should be fine. Whoops. Nope, let's cancel that. Okay. Let's make the house that big. Okay. Let's give it some walls. We can make it walls that match the house underneath. And let's give it a roof, which again will match the house underneath. And give this one a more pointy roof. And let's give this a door right here. Let's give it some windows. Clearly every house needs windows, it's very important. And I really wish I'd put that window actually higher. I'm however going to put a second window in that end of the house, because, you know, fun. Okay, and I'll make symmetrical windows, because, you know, stuff. Alright. Let's start building that. Okay, and you know what? Are these people picking up the wrong things? Huh. Yes, as a matter of fact, she picked up a costume I didn't want her to. That's okay. It's daytime in my little town, and someone's finally starting to work on top of that building. I think what I'm going to do over here... Ooh, a traveler. A worker. Let's accept that worker. And they're just a boring worker. They don't have a profession. But that's okay. I'm going to have her make me one more suit of these. Because that's going to be important when my poor worker dude wants new clothes. I haven't seen leftover clothes, but people aren't wearing them. I wonder what happened to them. Most of these people are wearing other clothes. Gee, still that much time for the trader. I have all your doors ready. Don't know why you haven't come back. In the meantime, while we're waiting on stuff, where's my carpenter? What is he doing? I do have a window in there. Is it just a matter that, yeah, it's just that we have limited workers, I guess. Well, plenty of work. I'm going to save this now, just in case these multiple errors are indicative of a crash happening soon. I don't remember how many beds I have down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. So I still don't actually have enough beds for everyone. I was only going to put one up there. I don't know who's going to live there. Let's see. Apparently, the person that slept in that bed dreamed of flying sheep. I don't know who it is in that bed. One of the random things they need to add a way to identify who lives in the bed. Also to stop people from claiming beds, because I actually wanted this for my carpenter. But someone else took it, which was very rude of them. The ordering of these tasks is fascinating. I don't know how they decide what to do when. I'm like, I'm going to put that window into there and then go upstairs and build more scaffolding. Sort of arbitrarily. But that's okay. What is she working on? What is on her... Ah, yes, there's actually still a bunch of stuff on there. Well, it's okay. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. What I meant to do is this. I wanted to put a wall-mounted lantern here. And then I actually think I want to put some lanterns. And of course I managed to mess that up. That fox has apparently gone rabid. He's running around like a crazy person. Or a crazy animal, as the case may be. Oh, they don't sit in the benches. But that's okay. Up here, what I wanted to do, I wanted to put down a little bit of a garden. So I really need another garden bench. So let's have my carpenter make me another bench. Ooh, a trader. Sure, why not? I could use more comfy beds. Everybody can use more comfy beds. Let's make 2 garden benches. Apparently I also have a large surplus of food at this point. My farming plots are significantly more food than I really need for this many people, because my food stockpiles are getting quite large. What is this message? Ah, I have 2 traders who will be back at different times. Let's give my carpenter one more job. Since I need, what was it, 3 more doors for the other trader? Yes. That's a lot of doors there. Certainly more than would normally be needed. I'm beginning to wonder if the gates currently don't function properly and there's no way for them to get into this house. Because I haven't seen anyone go in there. I'm assuming he's going back out to lay more traps, since I don't see any traps in my area yet. Or right now, I should say. There you go. Not the smartest rabbit in town. Oh, he set off the trap without being in it. Maybe he's smarter than I thought. I didn't know the rabbits could do that. House builds a lot slower with only 2 or 3 people working on it. But that's alright. It's a very bright flash. Oh, good. Someone is using this bed. That is a plus. In that case, I think I'm actually going to move this carpenter's workshop right inside here. And in fact, I could even put a carpenter sign on this house. Oh dear, well apparently it crashed out on me entirely. That's probably a good place to end for now. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it.